Hello everyone, welcome back to Premier League Dad, and we are live for Inter Milan against Roma now. We've just watched a wonderful game, West Ham against Leeds, absolutely fantastic game in the FA Cup, unbelievable game, really enjoyed that one, hopefully you did too. We're live now for a big Serie A clash, very big game at the top of Serie A. Inter Milan, top currently of the Scudetto, chasing the Scudetto crown, top of Serie A. But not by so much. Not by so much. They are 6 points clear of AC Milan, 7 points clear of Napoli. Those two play each other tomorrow. AC Milan will be hoping and watching, and Napoli as well. Napoli, the holders, of course, will be watching and waiting for this one tonight, hoping that Roma can pinch something. Gasperini has a habit of upsetting the odds, doesn't he? Gasperini, former Atalanta manager, now doing bits at Roma. They've not had a great run of it recently. They've had one win in the last 6-7 games, I think it is. So they're not. Roma have had a spell where they looked like they might well be challenging at the top end, maybe challenging for the title, and then they've really fallen away recently. Defeats against Como, defeats against Genoa, dropping points against Bologna as well. Difficult run. And to be honest, Inter have been much the same. Inter have only got one win in their last 6 as well. They lost in the derby against AC Milan, which we watched on here, didn't we? We watched the AC Milan Inter Milan game, the Derby della Madonnina, and that one was always going to be a big game. It's given AC Milan confidence that they can catch Inter. Inter were like 12 or 9 points clear a few weeks ago. What's happened? Yeah, they've just fallen off. They've had a little bit of a wobble. I think Inter Milan now on TNT, by the way, they've moved it over, haven't they? Have they moved it across? Have they put it on a different channel? Because they're still not showing it and the game's kicked off. I'm watching you on my TV for the first time I've ever done that. I think I'll do it more often. It means I get a better view of the live. Nice. Yeah, quite a lot of people tend to watch us on TV. It's interesting, actually. When I had a look at the numbers, it's quite surprising how many people watch Premier League Dad on TV. Right, let's have a little look and see what Serie A is on now, because it was on TNT 1, but it isn't anymore. It's still scheduled to start, but they're not showing it. Oh, there you go. And it's a fast start. There you go. Inter Milan 1-0 in front. We've had a fast start here. It's 1-0 to Inter. It's 1-0. I can't believe it. I tell you, if you're still watching on TNT, you're probably not even catching it, because it is very much still showing the highlights of the West Ham game. But Inter have gone in front, and it's the man we've put on the cover, the cover star, the thumbnail. It's Martinez, Lautaro Martinez, with an assist from Marcus Thuram. Let me just try and catch up with the TikTok chat. Barely been able to catch our breath tonight. 1-0 to Inter. So quick. Golazzo. Golazzo. Really good finish as well. Ball just comes to him, and he just kind of prods it into the top corner. Really good finish. Keeper no chance. And it's 1-0 Inter. Roma not ready, that's it, absolutely. Shahid says hello, Key, in the chat. How we doing? Good to see you all. Lee, only been saying that for 3 weeks. They swapping HBO Max. What about it? What about it? There's a bit of dodgy tackle there from Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Adam says, "Why is the ball being put in a glass case?" I don't know. I think it might be getting auctioned off or raffled or something. That's usually the case, isn't it? Yo, Chippers, how's it going? Rowan, does the best live streamer say hi? I don't know. You'll have to go and ask Mark Goldbridge and see. I say hi though, mate. How you doing? Connor, it's 1-0 Inter and the timer is over. Not started the timer. Sorry, mate. Sorry. I'm sat here trying to get everything hooked up because it's still bloody... Right, there you go. We're off. We're off and underway. Timer's going. Ahmed, I'm saying hi from TikTok this time. Good lads. Good, thank you. You? I'm very good, mate, thank you. I'm very good. More importantly, I'm glad that you're here and saying that you're feeling good too. We've still got the draw coming up as well, by the way, for what it's worth. In fact, you know what? I'll put it on that telly. I'll put the draw on. We'll have the draw and we'll have Inter on. Right, there you go. Southampton, Chelsea, City, and Leeds. It's the same. Well, it's not. It's not alphabetical. Obviously, it's miles off alphabetical. I call bias in Serie A. Good evening. How are we all doing? Inter down the left-hand side. This is better. First out the FA Cup bag is Chelsea. Go on, give him City. Give him City. Chelsea City. That's what we all want, innit? Oh, hey. Chelsea Leeds. City Southampton. It's a Chelsea. It's a Chelsea City final, innit? Chelsea Leeds. City Southampton. City Southampton's beautiful because that means the title races. City can rest a few against Southampton. They'll put Southampton to the sword at Wembley. They'll do what Arsenal couldn't manage. City Southampton. There you go. Chelsea Leeds, City Southampton. I can turn that telly off now, can't I? I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm back. I can back focus on just Inter Milan and Roma. Yeah, Chelsea City final has to be. Yeah, I think it will be, won't it? City win it, then not hard. Yep, inevitable. Chelsea Leeds, City Southampton. They're your FA Cup semi-finals. It'd be great if we did get a Southampton Leeds final. Don't get me wrong, that'd be incredible. And City winning the Premier League. If City win a domestic treble, you have to say that's some going. Normal guy, Inter coming out punching. Nice start. Yeah, Inter have flown out the traps and they've needed to. Absolutely flew out the traps. Been a very fast start. Arsenal 100% bottle it. West Ham let us down, man. Listen, West Ham, I thought West Ham played really, really well to even get back into the game. So, you know, fair play to him. I thought it was really good. Just a shame that they couldn't see it out at the end. Don't rule Southampton out. That draw was obvious. I think Leeds will beat Chelsea. Do you think? If Arsenal go trophyless this season, I'm going bold. You going bold? Arsenal not winning one trophy. Arsenal winning not one trophy this season again. Listen, Arsenal. I still think Arsenal win the league. I'm not. Changing on that at all. Arsenal 100% win the league. I'd be astonished if they didn't win the league. I think they're too good not to, and they're too far ahead. And it would take. It's going to take something from City, something really, really special from City. Into Como in the Italia Cup soon. Second leg, I think. Yeah. Southampton will beat City. You will see. Arsenal too shit. Yeah, that to be fair, that goal for Inter. Wait till you see it back. It was absolutely fantastic. If you've not seen it yet, absolutely brilliant finish from Lautaro Martinez. First time. Oh, okay. Inter v Roma, TNT Sports 1. Chelsea Spurs, TNT Sports 1. Birmingham City, TNT Sports 1. Napoli AC Milan, TNT Sports 1. That's tomorrow's listings, isn't it? I've got mine on the HBO Max here, by the way. I've got mine on HBO Max. Well, I think it's HBO Max anyway. But it should be on in a second on TNT, people are saying. I'll tell you what, the thing I would say with Inter, by the way, Inter, obviously they went out against Bodo Glimt. What exactly can we expect from this Inter side? I think next season, maybe this summer, because there's a lot of players in there. I look at the Inter lineup and I think they've got a lot of players who are maybe the wrong side of 30, 28. Even, I mean, to be honest, Barella is 29. He's getting, I mean, he's still good, but I don't know if they'd start thinking about replacing him. Çalhanoğlu's 33. Zielinski is 31. DiMarco is 29. Acerbi's getting on as well, isn't he? Acerbi's, what, 38, 39? Sommer's getting on. They've got a lot of players who are just the wrong side of 30. Corner ball, punched away by Roma keeper there. There's Claudio Ranieri in the stands. Alfie Leeds, what do you think to the draw? I think it's the draw that everyone was kind of fearing, to be honest. I think it confirms it's going to be a Chelsea City final. Adam, Inter always have majority 30 plus players. Most Italian clubs are like that. But they used to be like that. They've not been like that for many years. They've not been like that for many years. Inter, anyway, it feels like Inter have had players who've grown. I think the reason why Inter have done well recently is because they've had those players for a long time. They've had a bit of stability, but they've brought a lot of young players in Inter as well. Like you look at, Juve's come in. Bonny's another one. Jan Bisek's a fabulous young player. Really like him. They've got quality. They've kind of phased out the younger players. The older players. The Mkhitaryan's, for example. Mkhitaryan doesn't get as much game time now. They've got Esposito coming through. Darmian doesn't get as much game time. But I just wonder whether or not Inter will go young again, because we're talking about Italy as a whole. Italy's strategy is to get more and more young players playing, isn't it? They're trying to get more young players playing. And young players like Giovanni Leone going to Liverpool is a massive, massive issue for Serie A. They don't want that. They want those young players to see their future in Italy, and they don't at the minute. FA Cup got the blockbuster final they wanted. City v Chelsea will bring in that global audience. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm hoping it'll be Leeds Southampton, but we'll be there for it, whoever it is. We will be there for it. Kieran Bowie to Hellas Verona. Yeah, the thing is, Italy are getting all of our kind of old, wasted players, aren't they? They're getting Che Adams and players like that are going to Italy. That's a beautiful away kit for Roma, by the way. Absolutely love that away kit. Hello, hello, hello. Haley from Ethiopia. Lots of love to Ethiopia. Do you think Inter sells Bastoni this summer? Not for me. No, not for me. I'll be honest, mate. I'm not really that. I'm not really that impressed with Bastoni. I've never been that Yeah, whenever I've watched him, I've always thought he was a bit sus. I think he's one of them players who just flatters to deceive a lot of the time. I love that Roma kit, though. Absolutely love that Roma kit. Camacho Gramajo, thank you for the follow, mate. Very kind of you. But yeah, it was a shock to see him go out, wasn't it? Shock to see him to go out of the Champions League against Bodo Glimt. I thought Bodo did really well, but Inter were terrible on the night. Absolutely shocking on the night. Do you know what I thought was quite interesting as well? I don't know if you've seen Stuntpeg. Stuntpeg's commentary about the Italian players in the Champions League. I think she said something like there was 100 and something goals scored in the Champions League this season. Do you know how many goals were scored by Italian players? And it was like 3 or something like that. And I thought that just reinforces how much it's changed for Italy and how they need to do something top to bottom to change the culture of the country again. Sporting Lisbon showed Bordeaux were all talking to. They're just abysmal. Ethan, do you have a halftime quiz? I do, mate. Yeah, I do. I've got one ready to go. Free kick to Roma. Free kick to Roma. Opportunity for them to put the ball in the box here. Oh, that was better. That was much better. Ball whipped in to get it away. Roma have started to put a bit more pressure on him. And DiMarco carries it away. DC would have been great if West Ham won on pens. Yes. F1. Hello from Fort Lauderdale. Love Fort Lauderdale. Love to go to Florida. Was hoping to be there this year, to be honest. You decided where to go for the World Cup key. I'll be staying here, mate. As it stands, the World Cup's just far too expensive. It's we've priced it up, and it's somewhere approaching £8,000 for me, my wife, and my little girl to go to the US for 6 weeks for the World Cup. So £8,000 is going to be, I think, far beyond our budget. Fort Lauderdale, isn't that where all the Gators are? I think it is. Yeah, in the Everglades. I think the Everglades is certainly that way, isn't it? When it comes to both Italy and Italian clubs, it's more choice of tactics than quality on the pitch. Still got some brilliant tacticians, haven't they? Why don't you go for a month instead? Yeah, just be £6,000. The problem is I'd still miss the games. I have to, wherever I am, I have to cover the entire tournament. So I'm just going to stick here, I think. But up to now, I think that's the plan. Unless something changes, we shall see. Would you have Simeone at Liverpool? No, he's tainted. He's tainted. Celik flying down the right hand side here. That's going to be a free kick to Roma. Did very well there, Celik. And Bastoni again, a bit of a liability. Told you, liability. Silly. Daniel Marlon was there. He didn't need to push him straight into the back. Not any other country you fancy going. Maybe Spain. I mean, I don't really Spain. It's not. I'm not gonna benefit from being in Spain really, because for 6 weeks I'm gonna be streaming and sleeping. That's it. Sleeping, streaming for 6 weeks, pretty much across the World Cup. It's gonna be a lot of hard work. Ball whipped in for Roma. Header. Oh, what a save! What a save that is from Jan Sommer. That is absolutely outrageous. Oh, Marlon It's a great connection on it, and it's bouncing. He heads it down and everything. Maybe doesn't get quite enough on it, actually. On reflection, it's off his shoulder, isn't it? It's off his shoulder, but it's curving into that corner, and Sommer gets a big touch on it. Big touch. DC, by the next World Cup, you'll be massive key, so there'll be no problem going to watch it. Hey, we'll see, mate. You'll see. So we're just enjoying it. Enjoying it for what it is right now. I like the Winter World Cup, mate. Or the Qatar. I think we'll probably have to do that again for Saudi, you know. I think the Saudi World Cup might end up being like that. How Inter decided to line up in tactics against both Liverpool and Arsenal made it easy for Prem sides. I thought Inter were much harder to play against us than they were against Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal scored early, didn't they, off a set piece? That's kind of what always breaks them down. LFC Klopp, is Kostas playing, and do you see him coming back and getting sold? I think he comes back and gets sold, but no, he's not playing. He's on the bench, as he has been for most of this season, to be honest, mate. He's not really done a whole lot, Kostas Tsimikas, since he's been at Roma. What a save from normal guy. Roma starting to grow into the game now. Yeah, Gasperini, his team started slow, but that's a corner, isn't it? That's a corner, I think. Can't believe the ref didn't give that one. Why aren't you doing Wolves v West Ham on Friday? I didn't think it was a particularly big game or exciting game. I thought Real Madrid Girona would be the better one. I don't know. The thing is, people will say it's, you know, why not do this game over that game? But, like, I don't know, it's difficult. You can only pick one. And Real Madrid against Girona in a title race seemed like a bigger game than Wolves against West Ham. Given that Wolves are already down, you know, it didn't necessarily seem like a big game at the time. Maybe it will be. Maybe I've got it wrong. Good save. Very good save there from Svila. Milos Svila is another player who never quite kicked on. I always thought he was a good goalkeeper, a really good young goalkeeper. It's not quite panned out for him. Kingsloth, do you reckon Bastoni will move in the summer? No, absolutely not. Don't think he's that good. Don't rate him. Surprised Spurs didn't sign Son back as the MLS are on a break to keep them up. Get him back on loan. Could do, couldn't they? Yeah, they could have got him back in. They could have done with him at some point. Bit of experience in a relegation battle. What's happened to Lautaro Martinez? He was sought after the last few seasons. I think his numbers have dropped, to be honest. You know, he's been injured a lot as well. I mean, he's been out injured. This is his first game back in months, isn't it? I think the last game he played was like sort of back end of January. But he's been out for a while. But his numbers have definitely dropped. If you look at him a few years ago, he got... Yeah, here you go. So he got 21 in 35, 21 in 38, 24 in 33. If he'd have kept that form up, he'd have probably got a big move that summer. But in the last 2 years, he's got 12, and he's on 14 for the season so far. It's just a bit meh. It's not like the end of the world, but it is a little bit. I'm not sure you'd pay 100 million for Lautaro Martinez anymore, whereas a few years ago, many teams might have done. Toblerone, I don't take players as world class if they play in Serie A. It's a weak league. You know, I'm not sure I agree with that, mate. Serie A's not a bad league at all. Very entertaining league, I'll say that. And No, I don't think it is a weak league, but it's not a particularly strong league for Italians anymore. It's changed. It's not like it was it's not like it wasn't in the Football Italia days with James Richardson. But there's some very good players in Serie A. Some very good players. Foul from Dumfries. Yeah, he did get clattered there. Kingsloth, he had his chances to move, but sometimes playing hardball doesn't pay off. No, agreed. Yeah, fair enough. It wasn't a free kick, actually. Roma have won it back, and Barella plays it all the way back to Sommer. Toblerone, who's world class in Serie A? There's quite a few. I think there's quite a few players who had class as world class in Serie A. I mean, listen, I'll be honest, I think you'd struggle to find a better... There's not many better left-backs than DiMarco. I think DiMarco's been fantastic for a really long time. I really like him. I think he's a very good player. And do you know what? It's not even just them. Like, you could look a little bit further along, a little bit further back in terms of like youth. There's a lot of quality young players in Serie A who maybe aren't. I mean, listen, Scott McTominay was in the Ballon d'Or thing, so is Scott McTominay world class? I don't know, but I think you'd have to say players like Nico Paz are, or maybe not world class, but like could well be. Nico Paz is brilliant. Shell, Kazamadozi Murky, how many Italian teams go in Europe so I can work out Everton not being in the same comp in the Euros? It's 4, so it's as it stands, it's 4 for the Champions League, and then it'll be the same, 5th and 6th Europa Conference. So if Everton were to finish 6th or maybe 7th in the Premier League, and Roma were to finish 5th, then yeah, I think I think there's a real possibility Everton would be out. Everton would be out. DiMarco, really? I said world class. I'm not arguing decent players. Well, what would you class as world class? Because I think world class for me is, let's say, top 5 left backs. Top 5 left backs in world football. I would put DiMarco in there. I think DiMarco's a really, really good left back. And even if you disagree, I think he's top 10 then. You wouldn't argue he's not top 10. You'd be struggling, you'd be scrambling around for left backs better if you're trying to argue DiMarco's not top 10. Jan Sommer's so inconsistent. He is, but he's got so much ability, hasn't he? He's pulled off a few big saves when he's needed to. What game are you doing tomorrow, Key? We're doing 2. We're doing Millwall against Norwich early, and then we're doing Napoli against AC Milan. Napoli AC Milan should be a good one. Young player I love is Nico Paz. Yeah, I like Nico Paz as well. Pete, the Italian league isn't weak. Inter got to a Champions League final last year. That's true. Yeah, wow, that's not on. They need to sort that out. I mean, to be fair, you would probably get knocked into the Conference League, but I think that'd be really harsh, wouldn't it? Imagine you finished ahead of Brentford and Brentford don't get Europe on the basis that because Everton and Roma, their ducks aren't in a row, Brentford miss out on it because you fuddled something up. Honestly, they've messed it up there, I think, the Friedkin group. He was considered top until he faced Jamal. That was a very, very bad performance. No, it wasn't, mate. Inter got to the final. If we're talking about last year, anyway. DiMarco's brilliant. I like DiMarco a lot. Very, very good player. Inter would have made that final if Inter wouldn't have made that final if Hansi Flick opted to defend. Yeah, to be honest, when the Fratesi goal went in, I just thought to myself, they've absolutely blown it here, Barca. Barella is quality. The Italian league is easily the 3rd best in the world. So I like Barella, but again, I think he's maybe a little bit overrated. I don't think Barella is world class. HK, yo, how's it going? Jeff, unlucky yesterday. Yeah, well, I won't go far as unlucky. He couldn't lace Kirkes's boots, lad. I like Kirkes as well. I would agree Kirkes is very good, but I'm not sure I would say he's better than DiMarco yet. Maybe in time he will be. He's still only 21, Kirkes. So there's still parts of his game he needs to polish. But he's a very good player. But yeah, like I said, I don't think there's many people would argue players like Scott McTominay hasn't been world class in recent seasons, and Rafa Leao as well is another one. Rafa Leao's played really well. Lautaro Martinez, to be fair, his numbers are world class. I know you was terrible. I was trying to give you some sympathy. There'll be a massive kick-off if the Friedkins have mucked up. And Everton owners who have shares in Roma should have hopefully put their shares in a blind trust by the end of March. Mr. Marinakis has done so already in case we get in the Champions League. Yeah, no, but it would have been announced, wouldn't it? 3-star. It would have been announced because they have to put it in a. They have to say so. They have to publicly announce it, especially if they're on the stock exchange. So that won't happen. There's no way that's happened. If that's not happened, then I can only assume that the Friedkins haven't really thought about the possibility of Roma finishing in the Europa League places and Everton finishing in the Europa League places. Because if that's the case, Everton are going in the Conference League. Or, worst case, what about that? What about Roma finishing the Conference League places and Everton do? And then it would be Roma would get it because they would have finished higher in the league. So Everton wouldn't have any Europe. If Villa win Europa, is it top 6? Yes, I think it is, yeah. I mean, it is. It depends, doesn't it? Depends where everyone finishes up. If Forest win the Europa. Toblerone 99, didn't Palace get demoted for the same reason? Yes, absolutely. Kingsloth says Paz is estimated to be worth 71 million, apparently, with Madrid having a 50% sell-on. No, Nico Paz, it will be back at Real Madrid this summer. They've got something like a £12 million buyback clause. Nico Paz will be a Real Madrid player this summer, guaranteed. Because what they'll do is they'll activate that buyback clause, even if they have no intention of keeping him. They'll activate it to sell him. Because it's an easy 50, 60 million pound profit, isn't it? That's what I'm on about, Key, if we lose out, yeah. To make it fairer, I think if it comes kicking a team out, they should do a playoff match. But even then, that's conflicted, isn't it? Like Roma against Everton for the playoff when both of the teams are owned by the same company. Como have put a spanner in the works at Serie A, they have indeed. Here we go, here's Thuram. Again, Marcus Thuram's always another one who's, every time I've watched him, certainly when he was at Mönchengladbach anyway, I always thought, great player, bagfuls of talent. Just hasn't done it since. Chance here, DiMarco, big block, unlucky. And now a strike from the edge of the area, cleared away by Roma. Want Roma to lose now. HK Key, who do you think is going down in the Prem? I still think Leeds. I'll stick with Leeds. I think dirty Leeds are going down. Jeff, we don't deserve to lose out. We've been brilliant this season. Well, listen, you'll either qualify on merit or you won't. But I still think Everton aren't going to make Europe. I think Brentford beat you, and I think we beat you in the next couple of weeks, and that kind of kills it all off. I can't see Everton getting in Europe. I'd be astonished if Everton got in Europe. Absolutely astonished. You've looked so poor for large parts of the season at home. And I think some of the big games you've got are still at Hill Dickinson. Obviously, you turned it round against Chelsea, but then again, everyone's beating Chelsea at the minute. So, big test for Everton. Big test. Andreas Dimitriades, get a life. I've got a great life, mate. I'm happy as Larry. How's your life, mate? Let's talk about your life. My life's brilliant. Oh, claim for the handball. Roma screaming at the referee. I don't think you're getting a handball for that. I don't think you're getting a handball for that. No chance. Ball comes over to the left-hand side. Nah, you're not getting a pen for that. No chance. It's Pellegrini with the strike. It hits Dumfries on the arm, but it's not. You're not getting a penalty for that. What if Villa win the Europa League and Arsenal or Liverpool wins Champions League? Does 7th go to the Champions League too? No. No, I think the maximum number of teams that can be involved in one European competition is 6, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident that was the rule. I don't know if they've since changed it. What if Everton somehow scam a win against York and suddenly it's a realistic chance? Well, listen, it could happen. It's a derby, anything can happen, but I don't think Everton will beat Liverpool. And if they do, I still think they'll drop more points than anyone else in that running. They're not going to finish in Europe. Everton not in Europe, that would be a Friedkin disaster. I think we'll beat Brentford and Liverpool. Of course you do, Jeff. You're an Everton fan. And Dewsbury Hall, Garner, legends to come. Fucking Inleman and I actually quite like James Garner. Dewsbury Hall's a bit, but yeah, I actually like James Garner. Robert, was it a good goal early on? It was, mate, yeah. Chance, it's 1-1, there you go. Oh, the game's come alive. The game's come alive. And it's Mancini, backstick, 1-1, 5 minutes to half-time. Into 1, Roma 1, great ball in. Bang from Mancini, 1-1. Here we go. That's how positive I am. Good lad. Mancini makes it level. Oh, hey, and now you've got Napoli and AC Milan rubbing their hands together. And to be honest, this puts Roma above Juventus now. Even a draw here is not a bad result for Roma. They go above Juve. Admittedly, Juve will have a game in hand, but Juve have got some difficult games between now and the end of the season. They've got to go to Milan. They've got to play Atalanta away. They've got to go away to Torino as well. End of the season. Derby. Al City, I really need that Napoli title and KDB carry job campaign in the World Cup to get my guy that Ballon d'Or. Jeff, how positive are you? I'm generally a positive person. Yeah, I'm pretty glass half full. But I'm also, I'd say I'm a realist. I thought Liverpool would lose yesterday. I thought we'd drop points against Spurs. I know my team. I think I know my team. And I've predicted us to lose when we've lost, and I've predicted us to drop points when we've dropped points, generally speaking. Not every time. I mean, I'm not a millionaire. But I've done all right. I know my team. But I am quite positive. Foxy, I watched an old game of Inter and Roma last month. The players, Aldair, Vincent Candela, Di Biagio, Totti, Balbo, Bergami, Aaron Vinter, of course, yeah. Zamorano, Pagliuca, Zanetti, Djorkaeff, Marco Del Vecchio. Montella would have been in that team as well. I'm trying to think of the other Roma players in that team. Cafu. It was Cafu, Aldair. Walter Samuel was a bit later. Who was the other centre-back for Roma? Candela, Aldair, Cafu. They had a midfield of... they had Del Vecchio, Montella, and Totti for large parts. I'm trying to think of the midfielders before that. Who were the midfielders they had? Yeah, Di Biagio would have been one. Who else? James Garner's the only Everton player I would take at Liverpool. Probably. Yeah, I think I would. He's the only one I'd have at Liverpool as well. Jan Sommer's got to come out and collect that. You missed a Lautaro Martinez howler. No, I saw it. I saw the replay. I didn't think that was a howler, though. It's a tough cross, that one. Ball comes in and he bobbles up, doesn't it, before he hits it. So it's... Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a howler. If he'd have scored it, it would have been a mad... This is the thing. I think we get that twisted a bit. If he scores that, that's a brilliant finish, isn't it? If he puts that in the net, it's a brilliant finish. That's not a howler. Not for me, anyway. You can't have it. You can't say, well, it's an absolute stunning... Like, people say that a lot. It's an absolutely brilliant save from the keeper. But at the same time, if it goes in, a lot of the time you'd say, it's a howl, and he should save that. Garner's too good for Liverpool. But he's not too good for Everton. 96-97 season, Inter was with Inter as well. Yeah, he would have been. Yeah. Oh, Marlon, great tackle. They just converged on him there. Do you remember, what was his name who used to play for AC Milan? Ibrahim Bar. Remember Ibrahim Bar? With the blonde hair. What a ball in that is. Great claim. What a claim from the goalkeeper. And Roma have got some players down here. Might need some treatment. 3-star, just been reading that the Friedkin Group have not put their shares in a blind trust as both clubs, as they don't want to relinquish power. That's it. That's it, exactly. Alex Gregory, hi Key, you live tomorrow for any games? I am, mate. Yeah, I'm live for 2 games tomorrow. So we've got Millwall against Norwich. We can see whether or not Millwall are going to make the Premier League. So that's going to be a really, really good game. 1 o'clock kick-off tomorrow. Millwall, second in the Championship. They've got loads to play for, so I'm intrigued to see how Millwall do against Norwich at the Den tomorrow. Could we see the Den as a Premier League stadium next year? Then we are doing, on the night, another Serie A game. We're doing Napoli against AC Milan, which, depending on how this result goes, there's a whole lot to play for those two teams. They're both 7, currently AC Milan are 7 points behind Inter, and Napoli are 8 points behind Inter. So both will be hoping for at least a draw here, if not a Roma win. And if one of them can pinch a win tomorrow, then the title race is very much back on. Alf City, remember Denver Bar? In my sleep. Yeah. Foxy Ibrahim Bar. He was a weird one. Sunday league player some weeks and unplayable other weeks. Ibrahim Bar. Roma keeper showing how you come out and collect a cross. Absolutely. Robert says, will Agate do good with us, do you think, if he joins? Agate to Newcastle? No, mate. I think that's a terrible signing. Gareth says, and Dye will do well in Europe next year when he goes to a bigger club. Is he going to go to a bigger club? Really? Do we think Iliman and Dye leaves Everton? I can't see it. I feel like Iliman and Dye is in that sweet spot. I mean, we've talked about it a fair few times on this channel. Iliman and Dye would be a great player in Serie A, I think. I think he'd do really well in Serie A. He went to Marseille. He was a bit, but he didn't really thrive there. And he's come back to England and he's done well with Everton. But he's not done that well. He's not done that well. He's still a player that Everton would value at 70, 80 million plus. But he doesn't have the numbers to justify that sort of a fee, does he? He doesn't create enough. He doesn't score enough. Whenever you look at his numbers, as a creative player, for all his ability to beat players, he's got like 2 assists or 3 assists in God knows how long. Oh my God, what a goal from Çalhanoğlu. Oh my God, it's a screamer. But it looks like it goes down the middle of the net. 47 minutes on the clock, just as the referee is about to blow for that half-time whistle. It's an absolute screamer from about 35 yards. Çalhanoğlu. Looks like it goes down the centre of the goal, so I don't know if it takes a deflection. Big deflection, I think, on this one. I could be wrong. Çalhanoğlu with a strike. No. Oh, keeper. Milas Villa, hang your head in shame. No, that's dreadful. He's let that go over the bar and it's dipped. The keeper's had a shocker. It's right down the centre of the goal. That's not good enough from the keeper. That is not good enough. Not good enough. Inter playing better after consecutive draws. Cristian Chivu bouncing. Javier Zanetti in the stands, loving it. What a player he was, by the way. Love to see Bastoni, Barella and Lautaro in the Premier League. HK says, and Die is mid at best. I mean, listen, I quite like Iliman and Die. I quite like watching Iliman and Die. I just don't think he justifies the fee that Everton want. And for that reason, I think he'll stay. And that's what Everton fans want, isn't it? Everton will love that. He will stay with them because he has no other realistic options, I don't think. Like, no club is coming in. No club is going to look at Iliman and Die and go, them numbers are worth 80 million quid. And if there's no club out there that would pay 80 million quid for him, Everton won't let him go. Would Everton, it's like Shell, Jeff, you guys are Blues. Would you let Iliman and Die go for 50 million quid or 60 million quid? Of course you wouldn't. You're not going to be able to replace him for that sort of money. Ball spins, Key. The keeper dived correctly before the spin. Do you think? Oh, I didn't think so. I thought he looked like he was letting it go, the keeper. He kind of pulled his arm away. Will Shea Charles get a big money move in the summer? No, I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. No. 100 million. 100 million. You want 100 million for him? What do you base that valuation on? Like, how is Iliman and Die worth 100 million quid? What are you basing that on? There's no other wingers out there who are going for that sort of money that he is remotely comparable to. Calhanoglu is one of the best shooters outside the box. Yeah, well, that was a great goal. Al says, Key, if you could take one player from any country to play for England instead, who would you pick? Who would I pick? Probably Yamal. Yeah, Yamal. We could do with some attacking flair. Yamal, see the pass that he pulled off last night? Fucking hell, what a player. What a player he is. Jeff says how good he's been this season. I know, but has he been that good this season? He's scored and created less goals than players like Schade at Brentford. Is Schade worth 100 million quid, as you said? You're not going to get that for him, mate. You just not, and that for that reason, I just don't think Everton would sell him. He is a player that is worth in the current market, being really, really like assessing what other players have gone for, looking at what other players are maybe worth and what he actually produces. Iliman and Die is maybe a £50 million player. And I mean maybe. Like 50 million is top end. Top end. He's a very, very talented player, but he doesn't produce anywhere near enough. Ismail Assar has got more than him. Cody Gakpo has produced as much as Iliman and Die this season. That tells you everything you need to know. Cody Gakpo has produced as much as Iliman and Die. Dr. Wright, who are you supporting in this one, G? Nobody, mate. I'm just watching and enjoying the football, as we do every single day. Timbo, I'd pick a peak Rodri. We need a 6 to play. Bellingham and Rice as 8s. Jeff, he's a player we haven't really had before. He runs off players and makes things happen like prime Ross Barkley. I know, and for that level of worth to you as a fan, I get it. But you can't justify 100 million quid for him. You just can't. I understand it's a big thing for you guys as Evertonians because you've not seen anyone be that charismatic and carry the ball well. But realistically, he doesn't do enough with the ball. When he gets into dangerous positions, doesn't create enough. He doesn't create enough big chances. He doesn't score enough. His output is pretty mid. It is pretty mid, his output. But he is a very talented player. And Die is definitely as good as Gittins, who cost 60 million. How old is Die? Iliman and Die, I think, is he 25? 26. He's 26. He's 27 next season. But he's 26. Finners Matty, do you think Everton will permanently buy Grealish? Yeah, I think they will. And Dye's 100% going to score against us in the derby. Listen, he might well do, but I still don't think that makes him worth 100 million, as we've got Blues claiming here, mate. I don't think he's worth 100 million on that basis. But I would absolutely agree, Brian Atelli, that he's a very talented player, and he may well score against us in the derby. He's not worth that, mate, is he? This is the debate we were having, is how much is Illiman and Dye actually worth? And I can understand people making the argument that to Evertonians he's priceless, but I don't think he'll leave Everton. I think he'll stay at Everton because what he's worth to them is far, far more than he's actually properly worth in the market. That's really what I'm saying. He's probably 40 million to 50 million and no more than that. Foxy, Everton would be right. Eh? For some reason, we shouldn't really be talking about transfer fees. KDH is worth more. We want 100 for Gordon too. What's he worth? Anthony Gordon's not 100. You're not getting 100 million for Anthony Gordon. And Dye is in his prime now, then Everton would be right to ask 60 to 70 for Ndye because the transfers have got out of hand now. But would you get that? That's my point. Would you get it? Finners and Ndye's probably worth 50, but if they get European football, they'll probably want a lot more for him. Key and Ndye's worth more than 40 million. 40 to 50, I think, is about what he's worth in the market. There's no other. There's like we've just looked, mate. We've just looked at players comparable to what his output is, and I think that's a realistic way to look at it. Is what are other players doing? What are other players doing at his level, and how much would they go for? So if you're saying he's worth more than 40 million, okay. How much would it cost to get Cody Gakpo, Sharda, Jadon Anthony? Jadon Anthony at Burnley's done more than him. Come on. I mean, come on. Let's have a serious conversation. How much did Everton spend on Tyler Diblin? 42 million for Tyler Diblin. Yeah, Tyler Diblin was 42 million quid, but they signed him on that basis because he was a kid. Yeah. And I think Tyler Diblin, it was a bad signing in hindsight, wasn't he? Ahmed Key, where's the quiz? Quiz, halftime quiz. Can you name for me A to Z Champions League Italian goal scorers? Starting with A. The all-time top Italian goal scorer in the Champions League with the surname starting A. Harry Wilson, yeah. How much would Harry Wilson go? United spent $1 billion of midfielders like Agate. Arsenal spent $1 billion of forwards like Gyökeres. Chelsea aren't the only guilty team here. No, that's true. How much do you think Bruno's worth? Which Bruno are we talking about here? I don't even know. Says hello, Key. Pretending to be enjoying football at the moment, but I enjoy Serie A, so I thought I'd pop in to say hello. Good to see you, mate, as always. Not Acerbi, not Aquilani. No. Not Acerbi, not Aquilani. The top scoring Italian of all time in the Champions League. Just the Champions League, Alf. Just the Champions League. The top scoring Italian of all time in the Champions League. Surname starting A. I would have Harry Wilson at Everton. He could come on a free in the summer. I'm not doing the quizzes anymore. I get accused of Googling. Well, you don't need to for this one, mate. This is perfectly teed up for you. As an Italian, you know, you love... Well, an Italian... I was going to say, you love the Italian game. We have regular back and forths on what a wonderful Serie A, how fantastic it was back in the day. This is perfect for you. This is absolutely perfect. So I need A. Give me an A. Guys, tell me how good is this game? 7. It's a 7. Is this game a banger? It's a banger, mate. Yeah, it's an absolute banger. The answer is, it's not Alessandro Del Piero, no. It's A for surname. So not first name, surname. Not Abate. The answer is Amoroso. Marco Amoroso was A. What about B? What about B? Can you tell me the all-time highest scoring Italian in the Champions League? Surname starting B. Balotelli. Well done. Balotelli's right. What about C? Not Baggio. No, believe it or not. Baggio, Barella, both scored less than Balotelli. Not Chiesa. No, not Chiesa. Top scoring Italian in Champions League history is not Chiesa. Not Cannavaro either. It was Balotelli, Ahmed, and Alf. Well done. Not Cannavaro, not Chiesa. This fella played for Real Madrid, believe it or not. And there's not many Italians played for Real Madrid. Not Candreva. Like the thinking, though. Cassano. There you go. Adam's got it. Yeah. Antonio Cassano also played for Roma, of course. I think he might have played for Inter. Did he play for both of these? Definitely played for Roma. I don't know if he played for Inter as well. Antonio Cassano, once the bad boy of Italian football. Very, very good player, though. D. This one should be easy. Cambiaso's Argentinian, Claydon. D. Give me a D. Del Piero. That one was easy. Del Piero. What about E? Italian, highest scoring Italian with the surname starting E. Not Emerson, not Esposito, no. The YouTube chat seems quite behind your stream. I don't know why. Not Esposito, no. I have no idea for E. Let me give you some clues. Played for AC Milan. Played for Roma. El Shaarawy. Yes, it is El Shaarawy. Well done. F. What about F? F. Highest scoring F. Not Florenzi. No. High scoring F in Italian. High scoring Italian in Champions League history with the surname F. Can't be Flamini. No, can't be Flamini. French. Mathieu Flamini. Famously French. Manny, who scored? It was Mancini for Roma. It was Lautaro Martinez for Inter. And it was Çalhanoğlu. Fiore. Yes, Stefano Fiore. What about G? Italian. Highest scoring Italian in Champions League history. Surname beginning G. Gilardino. Alberto Gilardino. Well done. Well done, Marco. There is no H, believe it or not. There's never been an Italian to score in the Champions League with the surname H. Thought that was quite interesting. Never been a H. H is, there's not many, maybe in Italy, in, I don't know, Italian culture, there's not really an awful lot of surnames starting H. I, nice and easy one. Inzaghi. Yeah, Inzaghi. What about J? It wasn't Gattuso, no, it was Gilardino. any of the Inzaghi brothers. It was Filippo Inzaghi. J? What about J? Jorginho, there you go. What about K? Come on, we're going to have to fly through these quickly because the players are back out. Gasperini's coached 5 different clubs in Serie A. K is Moise Kean. Moise Kean is the highest scoring Italian in Champions League history with the surname starting K. L. L is. Do you know, we're gonna have to fly through it because it's kicking off. It's kicking off. Locatelli is L. M is Massaro. M is Massaro. N was Negro. O, there's never been an Italian for O. Panucci, believe it or not, was P. I thought that was very interesting. There was no higher scoring Champions League Italian than Cristian Panucci, but he was in the game for a long time. Played for Real Madrid. Played for Roma, of course. Cristian Panucci, fabulous player. There's none for Q. And then Ravanelli, the white feather, was R. Ravanelli, the white feather. What did you just call me? Panucci, then it was Ravanelli. Marco Simoni was S. T was Totti, you're right. There was no U either. No W, no X, and no Y. V is Vieri, and Z is Zola. So, actually, there's never been a Champions League goal scorer for about 5-6 letters of the alphabet. Crazy. Sorry, Q. Yes, I apologise. Q, Quagliarella. I don't even know why I skipped past that. O, U, W, X, and Y, there isn't. But Q, yes, Quagliarella, apologies. Timbo Slice is your name after the UFC fighter, Kimbo Slice. Kimbo, yeah, I imagine it will be. Panucci also played for Chelsea. He did. He did, of course. Yeah, he did. I don't really remember him playing for Chelsea. Say the Italian player beginning with N again. Oh, you're trying to catch me out. Never. Not happening. Who scored for Roma? Mancini. Zola was brilliant. Yeah, Zola was fantastic. See, I don't remember Kimbo fighting in UFC. For me, Kimbo was always on whatever it was called, Street Fights or whatever. I don't think it was called Street Fights, was it? But I remember him on that. I never actually watched Kimbo Slice. I just love his name. Oh, Kimbo Slice fighting, like street fights, was wicked. He was an absolute animal. Absolutely brutal. God rest his soul. Of course, yeah, no longer with us. No longer with us. Oh, keepers give it away. Poor from Jan Sommer. And they couldn't quite find Marlon. Roma are trying to get... They're trying to squeeze Inter. But Inter are doing well when they play over the press. Come on, Inter. Clayton, that's just a given. He has the last name Lasagna and he's Italian. Maybe I should watch some Kimbo Slice fights to show respect to the inspiration of my name. You absolutely should. Is it because your name's Tim, by the way? Is there any sort of... Is that what it is? Are you Tim? Because that would make sense. Ball whipped in. Oh, great defending. Better from Roma. Martinez. Gets it away. I really like that Roma away kit. Julius Key, who has the third most appearances for Turkey? Probably Çalhanoğlu, I would guess, given that he plays in this game. I would imagine that's why you've asked the question. The third most appearances for Turkey, you say, is Çalhanoğlu. That's crazy. I would never have said that. I would have said there was a load more who's had more appearances. Maybe Hakan Şükür maybe would be up there. Hakan Şükür, Tugay. Some great Turkish players over the years. Hakan Şükür, isn't he like a political... I don't know if it's refugee, if that's the correct term, or he's not a political prisoner, but he's kind of on the run from the Turkish government, isn't he? I'm sure it's something like that. Hakan Şükür. Again, another ex-Inter Milan player, Hakan Şükür. And he played for Blackburn Rovers. But last time I heard, Hakan Şükür was in... he was in the US, wasn't he? Wasn't he in the US? He was a taxi driver in New York or something. But he was once a politician in Turkey, and obviously he currently holds the record for the fastest ever goal in a World Cup. Seth Key, what's your favourite team to join the Premier League? Because mine is Wrexham. Wrexham haven't joined the Premier League. Come on. Yeah, no, I think Liverpool are my favourite team in the Premier League, mate. That would be mine. But you're a Wrexham fan. Fair play. I like Wrexham. Yes, Key, you'd make a great detective, mate. Oh, Mr. Sarcastic. You wouldn't be saying that sarcastically to Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice wouldn't take sarcasm very well. Ball knocked long and chased down by Thuram. Oh, it's poor defending. And they're in. This is shocking from Roma. He's going to finish it off, surely. Oh, it's terrible defending. It's absolutely shocking defending, and Martinez makes it 3-1. It's an absolute calamity at the back. It's an absolute calamity at the back from Roma. And Martinez has pounced and it's 3-1. What an absolutely shocking bit of defending that is. Oh. Hermoso. I think it was Hermoso. Who was it? Was it Hermoso at the back here? I think it's Hermoso. He has a real nightmare. And Thuram, just in that right-hand channel, just picks the ball up and runs at him. But it's just so poor. Do you know what it reminds me of a little bit? It reminds me of Nemanja Vidic when the ball's coming down with Torres. The ball's knocked long here, and he's just never got it under control, Hermoso. Oh, it's so poor. Terrible. And Thuram just rolls it into the path of Martinez, and it's a great finish. Fabulous goal. But you're not Kimbo Slice. Well, I'm known. Blazing Bren, Man United's highest attendance outside of Wembley was how many and what ground? Highest attendance outside of Wembley? Maybe the Nou Camp? Nah, Champions League final. I don't know. It could be one of the Champions League finals. It could be the Stadio Olimpico. It could be Nou Camp for the 99 final. Could be the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow. It's quite a big stadium. Could be Villa Park. Villa Park, they filled up Villa Park's not that big, is it? Villa Park for the Arsenal semi-final. Oh, in England. Okay. Well then, yeah, probably Millennium Stadium. Yeah, I would imagine it's Millennium Stadium against Millwall, 4-0. Yeah. In England. Fair enough. Timbo, it's also because my family called me Timbo growing up too. Oh, fair enough. See, I got called something else by my family growing up. And it wasn't Key. And it's a bird, funnily enough. It's a bird that starts with a P and ends in an N. But it's not the bird that I get called an awful lot. Miss B, how do you feel about Liverpool yesterday? Wonderful. Wonderful. I feel great. I feel fantastic. Shell, they won't last long in Europe defending like that. No, they definitely won't. They've got to do better. You're telling me Martinez has actually scored a goal in a game people are watching? I know. It's like seeing a dodo in the wild. Key, when does the split happen in the Scottish Premiership? Couldn't tell you. Not a clue. Main Road, 82k. When was that? I think it's a City Leeds final, so be yourself, Dylan. Andy, you got it, mate. Header. Oh, it's 4. Marcus Thuram with a header. And this game is sealed up now. Marcus Thuram with a great header. No chance for the keeper. Do you know what? Roma are falling to bits. They are falling to bits. 4-1. It's a great goal. Ball whipped in. Thuram with a flick on at the near post. Keeper doesn't even move. And Marcus Thuram has got now 2 assists and a goal for himself. Done well. I think Roma now, that might well be them done. Too easy. Çalhanoğlu with a goal and an assist. Too easy, that. Marcus Thuram's father wasn't bad too. Yeah, Lillian. They're Lillian. He was brilliant. Sadly, Hearts will throw away the title, are dropping vital points now. Seth Key, my dog, just did a 4-foot jump. Nice. Well done for measuring it as well. Next goal you celebrate, mate. Do a belly dance. Bit kinky, that, mate. Not really my thing on here. Roma in the ruins. Adam Young, at first I thought pigeon, but penguin makes sense. I don't think you followed what I said there, mate. I don't think you followed what I said. It's not the one that I get called regularly. Clayton, with the game basically done, would you like another quiz? Closer to the end of the game, yes. But not just yet. Serie A right now is more entertaining than the Prem, or am I wrong? Listen, I like watching Serie A. I think it's great. It's great fun. Really good good games. They always have a go at each other. But we've seen 2 very good games today. Roma and Juventus still both have to play Atalanta. Europa League race this season in Serie A will go down to the wire. And Timbo, I reckon Key can do a mean belly dance. His hips don't lie. Shakira. Seth, who's the worst team in the world? Blythe Spartans. I don't know. Who do you think? Who do you think's the worst team in the world? Gustavo, Arsenal bottled it again. Bastoni coming off. They're just resting a few now here. Bonnie's coming on. And Darmian's coming on. How's Darmian still playing football? Title race is over in Serie A. Not quite. I'm not ready to give up on it just yet. I think if Milan and Napoli play out a draw tomorrow, then it probably is going to be as good as done. A draw tomorrow, yeah, might just put paid to any title race, because 8 points with 7 games to go, I don't think that's not changing. Kostas Tsimikas enters the field for Liverpool, yes. Pelican, that's a great answer. That's a brilliant answer. It's not the right one, but I didn't even think there was another bird starting with P and ending in N. I thought everyone had just said penguin and we'd have all had a laugh and a chuckle and we'd have all moved on. But no, not pelican and not penguin. It was a pigeon. I was called pigeon. 3 at least. Maybe there is. I genuinely thought there was only 2. But you've proved me wrong. I feel very foolish. Yeah, I got called a pigeon. Kiki Pigeon Boy. I wish that wasn't true. That's genuinely true. Kiki Pigeon Boy. Because when I was in my cot, I used to go, coo, coo. Kiki Pigeon Boy, therefore. Only when I was very, very young. The nickname didn't stick. But my mum and dad still, on birthday cards and things like that, will sometimes write, happy birthday, lots of love to our Kiki Pigeon Boy. Puffin. Oh, Puffin as well, yeah, Puffin. Puffins, Pelicans, Penguins. Christ, maybe I've picked the worst possible. There are a lot of birds starting P and N. Starting in P and ending in N. John Zena, are you slot in or slot out? I am very much slot in. Yeah. Broken verdict. Actually, scratch that. Spurs are garbage. 3-0 to Forest with a parade. Banter Club. Shell, UNESCO top behind you, Key. Who is it? I can't remember. It's Malaga. It's a Malaga top. Leave Blythe Spartans out of it. I have a signed Blythe shirt framed on the wall when Nobby Solano was manager. There you go. Love it. I don't know. I don't even know why they came to mind. Yeah, Malaga. It's a Malaga away kit. David Dival. So much egg on your face, pal. I bet you thought you were going to walk the league. Hang on a minute. You've made a couple of assumptions there, David. First off, that I assumed, well, that I said we were going to walk the league. I didn't. If I had, then yes, I would have egg on my face. But if I didn't make that assumption, or if I didn't make that claim, then I wouldn't have egg on my face, would I? So, I think you've made a couple of assumptions there. You need to rein that back in. Timbo, Key being called Pigeon makes sense. I will not go into why. Basically a rodent, to be honest. Key, happy Easter night. Same to you, Seth. Appreciate it, mate. Lots of love. Good to see you, as always. David, what was your league prediction? I predicted City would win the league. From day dot, since the start of the league, I predicted City would win it. I don't think they'll win it now, but that was what I said. I said City would win it. Claydon, Real Madrid defeats in 25-26. Xabi Alonso, 6 in 34. Arbeloa, 5 in 19. I don't really think that's particularly good for Xabi Alonso either, to be honest. Philip Coutinho back to the Prem Key. No, mate, he's too old now. A rat with wings. Thanks, mate. Very kind. 4-1 already. Yeah, 4-1 already. They've absolutely come out the second half flying into Milan. They started the first very good as well. Timbo, Key put Liverpool first in a prediction video. We've all seen it. You're absolutely wrong. I made that prediction video before the season had started, depending on which prediction video you're talking about, Aya. I made one before the season started, and I made another one just after the season had started, but it was about 2 and a bit weeks before the end of the transfer window. And I caveated it by saying, Liverpool will win. I have faith in my team, but we need 2 or 3 more. And we didn't get them. Oh, it's 5! It's 5! It's Barella! It's been coming. Roma are just collapsing here now. They're absolutely collapsing. They're collapsing. Inter 5, Roma 1. Yeah, I think that might be the Scudetto crown going to Inter. Can't see it being anything other now. It's a fabulous goal. Barella just runs through Roma. Could be double digits. Could well be double digits. Foxy, did you see the Batistuta slander last week after Bat said he was better than everyone apart from Ronaldo and Romario? He was. He was. He absolutely was. I'll be honest, I think he was better than Ronaldo. I think Romario and Batistuta were close. Ronaldo was just so good, but for a really short peak. But I think Romario was Romario and Batistuta. Only Suarez is comparable to those in modern football, in my opinion. From a centre-forward's point of view. Romario, Batistuta, Suarez would possibly be my all-time front 3. From a centre-forward's point of view. Timbo, it feels weird Serie A not being dominated by Juve and being so open now. Well, there are 9 points. 9 points from... It could be 10, actually. Yeah, it could be 10, depending on what Atalanta do, but could be 10 points between... No, we'll say 9. 9 points between Roma in 6th and AC Milan in 2nd. There's only 3 points between Como in 4th and Roma Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Roma, Juventus, and Como fighting for one Champions League spot. Shell will have their place, thank you very much. And Manny, is Dybala still at Roma? He is, but he's not playing tonight. I think he's injured, isn't he? Yeah, he's been out injured for the last month or so. Robert, thoughts on AG saying Saka is better than Shearer for England? I've not even heard him say that, mate. I've not heard him say it. Goal fest in the games today. Ahmed, I only know Batistuta from PES. He was a beast. He was unreal, honestly. Batistuta was incredible. And do you know why he was so good? Because pretty much every goal Batistuta scored, he smashed. Like, it wasn't just a place in the corner. Romario scored a lot of lobs and a lot of, used to find the corners. Used to find the corners and the right angles, and he was very good at that. Batistuta was top corner. Keeper didn't. If the keeper got a hand to it, it was going through him. It was going through him. He was just unreal. Batistuta, he smashed it. He said it in an ultimate bracket. Oh, it's not serious then, is it, to be fair? Timbo, Fabregas was my first choice after we lost Maresca. He was never going to leave mid-season, though. And Foxy, yeah, social media people were calling all the forwards today, including even people like Vardy better. Vardy better than Batistuta. I can only assume these are people who are younger and didn't watch footy back then. Vardy's incredible, by the way. I like Jamie Vardy. Vardy was a very, very good centre-forward, but he's not Batistuta. He's not. Batty goal was unreal. And one of the reasons why this lovely Fiorentina shirt behind me is maybe my favourite shirt. He was as close to a complete forward as you can get. Don't disrespect Vardy like that. It's not disrespect. I just don't think he's not in that conversation. And that's okay. That's absolutely fine. There are a lot of wonderful centre forwards. Andy Cole, Robbie Fowler. Listen, Robbie Fowler's my hero, my idol, but he's not in that conversation. Strike! Oh, Roman over the bar. 25 to go. And Tsimikas it was. Tsimikas has just skied it for Roma. If you're new around here, we will be live again for Serie A tomorrow. Napoli and AC Milan tomorrow night. If you want to join us for that one, make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed. I am live every single day. But we will be live tomorrow, Easter Monday, for Millwall against Norwich. That's going to be very big in the Championship. Can't see Millwall not being a Premier League side next year. They're doing unbelievably well. Timbo, who's the best player of all time for each major country? Define major country, you big racist. Should we throw Li Tai in there for China? Robert says, Keith, it'll be interesting if we get both Thuram brothers, as apparently they don't get on. I have no idea, Robert. I have no idea if they do or don't get on, mate. Best player of all time for each major country. I mean, Argentina, it's so sad to say just Messi, but it is. In my lifetime. Brazil, for me, is Ronaldinho. As much as I loved Romario, and I loved a lot of other Brazilian players, it'll be Ronaldinho for me. Major. So we're just going major. Go on then. France, Zidane. England is Gerrard. Spain, all-time Spanish player in my lifetime. Ooh, that's a good question. All-time best Spanish player in my lifetime. I think there's a lot of good Spanish players, but they're all quite functional. Like Lamine Yamal's maybe the first superstar Spanish player we've seen for a long, long time. Like Torres was really good. David Villa was really good. But I wouldn't say they were best ever. Ramos was a good defender, but I think Carles Puyol was better. Do you know what? Do you know what? I don't care. I'm putting in mine. Busquets. Busquets. He was the difference maker for me in that team. Busquets is my all-time favourite Spanish player and my all-time best. So there you go. Roma. Oh, it's good. It's 5-2. They're back in it, Roma. They're back in it. The ball falls nicely. And it's 5-2. It's an absolutely great finish, that. What a finish. Left-footed, out of nowhere. Great run. That's a brilliant goal. Absolutely sensational. Pellegrini with the finish this time. Mancini with the first. Pellegrini with the second. Is France not Platini? I mean, listen, it could be Platini. For me, I didn't see enough of Platini, so I can't really say. There's a lot of good players for France around that time. But I would say, in my lifetime, I would have to say Busquets. Raul would be another very good shout. I wouldn't have Iniesta or Xavi. Both very good. I liked them. They were fantastic, of course. But I think Busquets. Busquets, if not Busquets, it would be Puyol. Genuinely. Germany. All-time German. Again, difference maker. So reluctant to pick like a Lam or someone like that. Ballack was incredible. I liked Ballack. Kroos has been very good as well, but Ballack. All-time German. Tough. Very tough, that question. All-time favourite, all-time best German, Klose. Klose, yeah. Miroslav Klose was very good. Not sure I'd say him he's all-time. I mean, I like players like Mario Gomez. Mario Gomez was fantastic. Loved watching Gomez. Klinsmann was good. Actually, no. Do you know what? No. Mateus. Lothar Matthäus or Matthias Sammer. One of them, but I'll go Lothar Matthäus. Lothar Matthäus was different class. He could score, he could drive forward, he could do a bit of everything. I'd go Lothar Matthäus. Beckenbauer, but we didn't watch him. Oliver Kahn was good. Sammer, yeah. Matthias Sammer. Jurgen Kohler was another one as well. Remember Jurgen Kohler for Dortmund? He was fantastic. He was a bit of a snide, but he was good. He was very good. Argentina, Brazil, France, England, Spain, Germany, Italy. All-time best Italian. It's got to be Maldini, hasn't it? Got to be Maldini. Yeah, I'd have to go Maldini. Netherlands. All-time Dutch. All-time Dutch best player. Into driving forward here. Great run. Pull back. Oh, he's missed it. And DiMarco, far post, couldn't quite get it. Remember Subotic? Yeah, Subotic. Not Bastoni. No, Bastoni's shocking. Old heads would say Gerd Muller. Gerdy Muller was, he was, I mean, again, before my time. Same with Van Basten, really. I can't really appreciate Van Basten. I've seen the old clips and yeah, brilliant, but I can't say Van Basten. I can't say Cruyff for the same reason. I think I have to limit it to players that I watched, that I saw, that I grew up with. So, yeah, Italians. Del Piero was very good. Baggio. But I can't really get past Maldini. Dutchman. I'm going to go with Bergkamp. No, do you know what? Seedorf. Gets overlooked a lot. Clarence Seedorf. Yeah, he was fantastic. When we played AC Milan in the Champions League finals, he was brilliant both games. And I think Paul Scholes? Paul Scholes said he was the best player. The best individual performance he's ever seen in his entire career was Clarence Seedorf. He said he couldn't get near him. It might have even been Wayne Rooney who said that. Was it Wayne Rooney? Yeah, was it Wayne? It was Wayne Rooney or Scholes. One of them said it was the best individual performance they'd ever seen from a player. Was Seedorf? Yeah, Seedorf was unreal. Were you in the era of Baggio? Yes, I saw Baggio. Saw Del Piero. There's a lot of great players around that time, don't get me wrong. There was a lot. And even, like Nesta was great. I thought Costa Curta was a great centre-back. Yeah, there's a lot of good Italian players around that time. Who else are we missing then? Who else? What other countries should we be doing here? We might as well just work our way through them, to be honest. Belgium. all-time that's going to be KDB, hasn't it? Belgium would be KDB. Not really sure there's too many others. Luck Nillis. Chance. Oh, shocking. Bergkamp was good. Yeah, Bergkamp was brilliant. He was brilliant. I'm trying to see. Croatia. As much as people might say Modric, Boban's my favourite for Croatia. Hazard, behave yourself. It's KDB for Belgium, mate. You're not arguing Hazard. No chance. Finland, Jari Litmanen or Sami Hyypiä. Which one we going with? Yeah, there's this. I think that's probably it, as good as we're going to get, really, isn't it? Portugal. Any worth doing that? Prosinecki. Ex-Portsmouth. Prosinecki. Finland's Pukki. Timu. Great run down the left-hand side from Roma. Pull back. Oh, good claim from Sammer. Nearly. They're still going for this, Roma. Still having a go at him. Denmark, Schmeichel. Yeah, I think Schmeichel would have to be it for Denmark. What about Scotland? What about who is that? See, these are the harder questions. Forget that. I mean, Wales, you'd have to say Giggs. What about Scotland? In your Bellamy, not Bellamy. Bale or Giggs for Wales. What about Scotland? In my lifetime, there really hasn't been a whole lot of world-class players come out of Scotland. And I might say there's not been a single one in my lifetime come out of Scotland. Not a single world-class player. For Republic of Ireland, there's been a couple. For Northern Ireland and Scotland, it's been quite scarce, isn't it? Did you ever watch Gaza? Yes, I did watch Gaza. McGinn's been very good. McTominay. Andy Robertson. Fair enough, yeah. Andy Robertson would certainly be one who's been world-class. Souness and Dalglish I didn't see, so I can't really appreciate them. Scott McTominay. Do you know what? It would probably be between McTominay, Gary McAllister, I think would be another one, and Andy Robertson. But I think I would go Andy Robertson. Scotland would be Robbo. Northern Ireland, step forward, David Healy. Steve Davis. Yeah, Steve Davis was very good. He was a decent player for many years. Sweden. What about the North? Yeah, let's do the Scandinavians. Sweden, Norway, Iceland. Is Iceland going to be unnamed Premier League player A? For Sweden, I think it's there's a lot of good players from again back in the day for Sweden. Like Zlatan's obviously the standout one, but you've got you can't really argue anyone other than Zlatan, can you? Isak maybe in future, but no, right now it's Zlatan in it. Henrik Larsson, yeah. I mean, yeah. I can't believe I've missed Henrik Larsson there. Oh, I can't even say that. Shocking. Yeah, Larsson actually would be the better one. I would say Larsson actually. Larsson at his peak, I think, was better than Zlatan. At his peak, he was fantastic. Different types of players, but you go, okay, maybe Zlatan. Gyökeres is better than Zlatan. Romania. All-time Romanian. I mean, that's... Again, there's been some... Cristian Chivu. Inter manager. But I think you've got to say Georgie Hadji, haven't you? Georgie Hadji. I think he was brilliant. Damn Pet Rescue. Timbo won't forgive me if we don't say Pet Rescue. Oh, Ida Good Johnson. Oh, here's me thinking there's not that many. I'm missing out all the best ones here. Ida Good Johnson's definitely the all-time best Icelandic, isn't he? Obviously, Dragosine. Georgie Hadji. Yeah, Georgie Hadji. Cracking. Hadji Clear for Romania. Thomas Brolin would be my pick of favourite Swede. Thomas Brolin, not Martin Dahlin. Turkey. All-time best Turk. I think it's Tugay, isn't it? Tugay's different class. Tugay was phenomenal. Header. Oh, nearly 6. Nearly 6. Header from Dumfries at the back. Yeah, Turkey I think would probably be Tugay. A couple of other good players for Turkey. Hasan Sass, Hakan Şükür, Emre. Bit of a wrong in Emre, wasn't he, in the end? Trying to think of other players around that. Do you know who he was? Baştürk as well. Yildiray Baştürk was very good. Might be Çalhanoğlu. Nah, you're not getting Çalhanoğlu for best ever Turk. Arda Turan was very good. Yeah, Arda Turan I liked. Yeah, he was quite good. I don't think I would have him over Tugay though. Switzerland, you said. The Swiss. I would give it to Shaqiri. Probably Shaqiri. Or Xhaka. Probably Shaqiri. Colin Kazim Richards. Ahmed says, Key, do you know a Tunisian player except Mabry? There are 5 who've played in the Prem, if I'm not wrong. I'll give you the difficulty. 50-50, 30-10-10. Tunisians who've played in the Prem. Was Radi Jaidi Tunisian? Or was he Saudi? I think he was Tunisian, wasn't he, Radi Jaidi? Played for Bolton. I think he played for Birmingham as well. Radi Jaidi. Oh, come on, Key. Tunisians who've played in the Prem. Christ, you're giving me a test here after we've just done 2 lives back to back. Hatem Trabelsi, yeah, for City. I would have got that one. Trabelsi. Is Radi Jaidi? Just confirm for me. Is Radi Jaidi? Xhaka over Shaqiri probably, though they're both actually Kosovan. Shh, don't make this political. My best would be Hakan Şükür for Turkey. Yeah, he was great. You got the 30%. Radi Jaidi. Kazri. Wabi Kazri. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have got Wabi Kazri. I'll admit that. I would not have got Wabi Kazri, but I do remember him. I wouldn't have got that one. Shell, take it easy. Lots of love. See you soon. Thank you for coming in as always. Mehdi Nafti for Birmingham. Again, yeah, I would never have got that one. I remember him, but I wouldn't have got it. Was Asaidi Tunisian? Asaidi was, he wasn't Tunisian. I think he was Moroccan. Yeah, he certainly wasn't Tunisian. Ben Slimani. Don't think Ben Slimani played in the Prem, did he? Ahmed Biz, Foxy bro, you got them from Google or what? Do you know what? I'll say this. Foxy does Google a fair bit, but he's actually a very intelligent guy. He knows his stuff. I'll give him the credit that he's due. He probably has got that one straight out of the old Bonts. Ben Slimani. He played for Sheffield United, did he? Don't remember him playing for him. Fair play. I would never have got that one. But yeah, I off the top of my head, I would not have got most of them. Oh, far post, nearly 6. Know my footy, mate. He does know his footy. Yeah, he definitely knows his footy. I would wager he's as geeky as I am anyway when it comes to just randomly pulling names. I can be like Rain Man at times, but also, as Timbo will verify, you can ask me the same question on different days and I'll give you massively poor answers on some and very, very good answers on others, like Chelsea and Liverpool players. That one he keeps throwing at me. I've nailed it on some nights and others just have me mind goes blank. Here's a tough one. Yaya. or Drogba for Ivory Coast? I'm going to throw you the curveball and say Aruna Dindane. No, it would have to be Drogba, wouldn't it? It would have to be Drogba. Certainly wouldn't be Wilfried Bony. Yeah, I would go Drogba. Yaya Toure had the best season, though. I think if we're saying, like, absolute peak, I think Yaya Toure was unplayable in 13-14. It's one of the best seasons I've seen from a centre mid. But Drogba was maybe a touch more consistent. Jan Valery, 10%. Would never have got that one. Tunçay Sanli as well was so good for a while for Turkey. And Robert says, Key, what's the main targets Newcastle need in the summer? Main targets Newcastle need in the summer. Christ, I think Newcastle are one of the sides, same as Liverpool and United, that need a pretty big rebuild. And I think you probably need players in most areas of the pitch. Fabian Schär looks like he's leaving on a free. He's finished at the club. Kieran Trippier's finished at the club. I think Dan Burn, there's only so long you can keep depending on him. So there's probably 3 or 4 maybe in defence that you might need. Just numbers, I mean, like maybe 2 or 3 starters, but maybe a couple as like backup as well. So you might need a bit in defence. I still think you need a keeper. Ramsdale's not that guy, and Nick Pope's nowhere near it. If you want to compete in the Champions League, you're not going to do it with either of them in net. So I would say Newcastle need a keeper. I think you need 2 or 3 minimum defence. If Tonali goes, if Willett goes, you probably need a couple in midfield. And then you look at the attack. Attack's been a big problem for Newcastle this season. Can't keep relying on Murphy. Probably a couple there you need maybe as well if Anthony Gordon goes. So all of a sudden, I think Newcastle realistically might need 7 or 8 faces, new faces this summer. And that's the same for Liverpool and it's the same for Man United. Jamie, do you think Arsenal will fold now and City can go for the title? No. Arsenal will give City chances, but City won't go 8 games unbeaten. Well, 8 games winning. They need to go perfect. That's the only way City win the title is if they win the remaining 8 league games. And if they do that, then yes, I think they win the title. But I don't think they will. Timbo says Drogba 09-10 was incredible. 37 goals, 16 assists in 44 games. He was brilliant. I just think Yaya that season was better. I think Drogba was incredible, but I would give it to him. Like I said, I would give it to Drogba overall, but I think the best individual season out of the 2 was Yaya. Remember Trabelsi looking so good at Ajax at the time. The hype was high, ended up at City and his career was finished. Didn't Trabelsi have a heart issue though? Wasn't there a health reason that he fell off, or part of it anyway? I'm sure there was an issue with that. Andy, if you could bring back 6 players from the 90s, which players would you put on your Liverpool team? Oh, in this Liverpool team, from the 90s, good grief. Roy Keane in midfield. We'd be kill for a Roy Keane in midfield right now. Someone who can put the foot on the ball and through a player. So Roy Keane, Robbie Fowler. We're desperate for a finisher. And I don't think there was any. There's not been a better finisher in the Premier League than Robbie Fowler. I'll die on that hill. Don't care what anyone says. Scored every type of goal. And between the ages of 18 and 21, before he did his knee injury, never seen a better young centre-forward, including your Batistuttas and your Romarios. Fowler was unbelievable. He just never kicked on and he did his knee. Anyway, that's my rant over, which is inevitably going to be seen as incredibly biased, and that's fine. But I would bring Fowler back. I would bring Keane back. I get 5, he said. Okay, 5. Could do with a centre-back. A good centre-back from the 90s. Do you know what? Tony Adams. Tony Adams could read the game. I think he could play. Could he play a high line in the modern game, though? Probably not. No, probably not. 90s centre-back. Stam. Yeah, we'll go Stam. Stam could do it. Right, so we'll go Stam. Adams was very good, but I'll go Stam. Stam, Keane, Fowler. Who else do we need? Oh, right back who stays fit. Give us a good right back. I'm not picking Gary Neville. That's absolutely not happening. '90s right backs. Struggling for a good '90s right back. There weren't that many, were there? There weren't that many around. Like Arsenal had Winterburn. He was very good. Not sure I'd want him necessarily at Liverpool. He was our right back in the '90s for most of the '90s. We had Vegard Heggen. Vegard Heggen was good. Cafu never played in the Prem. Can't really have that. Sarah, take it easy. Thank you. Ahmed, I've never heard the heart problem info. Maybe it's correct. I don't know. I'd have to Google it. But he did score a great goal. Yeah, remember that. Key, how many Easter eggs have you been gifted? I don't know, actually. Not that many. I think most of them are me, like, off me mum and dad for me little girl, so whatever she doesn't want, I guess. In this Chelsea team, I'd have Schmeichel, Adams, Stam, Scholes, and Zola. Yeah, I think I'd probably get another centre mid. I'm not sure I'd go Scholes, though. I think I'd probably go Keane and Vieira. I'd go Keane, Vieira, Stam. I need a fullback. Was Aguero's career cut short, would you say, or was his retirement bound anyways? No, he was cut short. He had a heart issue, didn't he? Zola was great, though. Yeah, Zola was a difference maker for sure. He was a definite difference maker. Probably Winterburn. Tom, how's it going, lad? Good to see you. Long time no see. How's things? It's a wedding anytime soon. Probably shouldn't say that, to be fair, should I? In case something, heaven forbid, has happened. I apologise if it has. Don't go into it. I apologise. I just remember the last time we spoke, you'd got engaged. Timbo says, we've got Caicedo, so Scholes makes more sense for us specifically. I'm trying to why can't I think of 90s fullbacks? I keep thinking like really average ones. Not great fella today. Bloody hell. Hey, I'm sorry, mate. Did you like Lee Dixon? Lee Dixon was very good, but he was left side, wasn't he? Yeah, Vieira, Keane, Stam, Fowler. Vieira, Keane, Stam, Fowler. Actually, we do need another winger. Maybe I swerve the fullback thing and we just get a winger. An attacker from the 90s. David Ginola. Do you know what? That's it. I'd go Ginola. No, I'm going Ginola. Ginola in the 90s was different class. He was good. Do you know what? Patrick Berger was so underrated. Patrick Berger was I'm not sure if he was better than Ginola, but he was very good. He was really, really good. Esposito down the right-hand side. Inter are going to run out worthy winners tonight. I think I might have made up that heart thing with Trabelsi. Tom, it's all right, mate. Just missing my granddad today, but we're moving it. Men can't get upset, can we, fella? Of course we can. Mate, I'm crying all the time. I'm a soft ass. Absolutely you can. Of course you can get upset. And that's a perfectly valid reason to get upset, by the way. Yeah. I mean, listen, I absolutely agree with the notion of, tomorrow's a brand new day and positivity, absolutely. But no problem taking the time to have a breather and have a minute if you need one. Absolutely, mate. You do you. Absolutely. And listen, we'll always be here chatting shit and chatting football anytime you need us. I'm right here. The whole community's here. It's all good fun. We'll be watching footy every day. So if you fancy popping in, we won't even mention that. We'll just talk footy and talk nonsense. But it's good to see you, mate. Always good to see you. Was Ginola better than Zola? No. No, I don't think he was better than Zola, but he was a different type of player, wasn't he? Ian Hart was a joke in the 90s. Not the best defensively with those free kicks. Yeah, Ian Hart was great. Gary Kelly was a good right back, actually. I'd probably just because I can't pick Gary Neville. If I did have to pick a right back, I might lean more towards Gary Kelly. He was quite good. Let me just change the timer because it is full time now at the San Siro. And it is 5-2. Very entertaining game. Lots of goals in Serie A. Anyone who tells you don't get goals and it's all boring 0-0, it's absolutely nonsense. Tom, in more positive news on the wedding subject, we found a venue. It's getting more real now. Best day of your life, mate. Well, it'll be the second best day of your life, maybe, if something else happens after the wedding. But that'll be a great day. Absolutely brilliant day. And best of luck with you, mate. It's good. It's really good to see you. Timbo, you could have had Irwin at right back, I suppose. Dennis Irwin was a left back. I mean, Irwin could play anywhere. Irwin would have been my choice for left back, but I think we're locked in with Kirkes. Not before anyone starts. I'm not saying Kirkes is better than Dennis Irwin. Before Timbo remembers that and writes it down and takes a picture and tells everyone that's what I actually said. Patrick Berger was a great player for Liverpool, always put in a shift, and he could play centre mid, couldn't he? Patrick Berger, watch the pass for Michael Owen in the FA Cup final when Owen scores the winner against Arsenal. Patrick Berger plays that ball. It's absolutely outrageous pass. Callum, see you tomorrow for the Millwall game. You certainly will, Callum, yes. If you're here if you're a Serie A fan, again, I'll just mention, tomorrow we're doing 2 games. First off, 1 o'clock, Easter Monday, Millwall against Norwich. Millwall battered Middlesbrough on Friday. Big win for them. They look like they might be a Premier League side next season. For the first time, Millwall in the Premier League, the Den. What an unbelievable season that would be. Millwall against Palace. Millwall against maybe West Ham. Millwall against Arsenal. All those London derbies, and Millwall are going to be going to them. Wow. It'd be great to see Millwall in the Prem. Well, maybe not for the local constabulary, but certainly for us as neutrals. They'll all be kicking 7 shades out of each other. Millwall tomorrow against Norwich. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. I'll be live at 12:30. And then straight after that, tomorrow night, we're doing another Serie A game with Inter smashing Roma 5-2. Napoli and AC Milan. That one is, it's so important for those two teams. One of them has to try and close the gap. I think there's a realistic possibility, maybe, if they were to get a win, AC Milan, they would reduce the gap down to 6 points. 6 points is still viable, isn't it? If AC Milan beat Napoli tomorrow, 6 points is still maybe just about a serviceable gap with 7 games remaining. If AC Milan drop points tomorrow against Napoli, I think that's them done. I think that's them out. I think if it's a draw, both of them are pretty much done. Do you think I have a folder of all your errors or something? Why are you saying it like I've got loads? I make loads of errors and there's actually a folder worth. I don't make that many errors. It's bang out of order, that, mate. Irwin, right back. Stuart Pearce, left back. Psycho, of course. Irwin could play right back, I guess. It's a goal for Osasuna. 2-1. Late one. Cheers, mate. Would have loved to have seen Ronaldinho at United. We nearly signed him. You did, yes. Ronaldinho at PSG. So close to getting him over the line, weren't you? Shahid, see you tomorrow. Key, good night, chat. Take it easy, mate. Yeah, see you tomorrow. I'm wrapping up in just a minute anyway. So I'll be going. Sorry for spamming. Hey, no worries, Robert. It's good to see you enjoying it. Chelsea v Leeds, Southampton v Leeds in the FA Cup. Yeah, we saw that. We did the FA Cup draw earlier. Gyro says garbage Roma. Garbage. Timbo, you make a folder's worth of errors every live. I'm just thankful no one brings a pen other than me to these ones. Right. I'm going to call it a night, fella. Got work in the morning, unfortunately. Hey, listen, no worries, mate. Cheers, I appreciate you coming in. Mr. Arsel, thank you. I said Patrick Berger. You did, mate, yes. Right, I'll be back tomorrow, as I said, 12:30 Easter Monday, 12:30, 12:45 for Millwall against Norwich. And then straight after, we'll be doing another Serie A game. Napoli, AC Milan, huge game, that one. Hopefully you'll join me for it. If you haven't already, do me a couple of things, couple of small things. It costs you nothing, helps me massively. Hit the like button if you can. Hit the like button, it helps me massively. And also, subscribe if you enjoy these games. If you want to keep seeing these watch-alongs, the only way it happens is if you comment, is if you like, is if you subscribe. So it massively helps me if you can. Costs you nothing, takes 2 seconds to do. But hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow for Millwall, Norwich, and Napoli AC Milan. Have a lovely, lovely night. Take it easy. Ta-da.